Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again and welcome to any new viewers. This is To The Point English with Ben. I'm Ben, and in this video I'm going to answer one of the most common questions that students have when they decide to sign up for a Cambridge English exam. And that question is, do I need a teacher, or is it possible to prepare for and pass the exam only with self-study? Now, of course, the answer to that question depends on many factors. But for those of you who just want a short answer, I would say yes, it is possible to prepare for and pass the Cambridge English exams, whether it's the B2 First, C1 Advanced or C2 Proficiency, without a teacher and with only self-study. However, I wouldn't recommend it. Now you may think, of course you would say that, you are an English teacher who specialises in preparing people for the Cambridge English exams. But I'm going to explain why, first of all, I think it is possible to prepare for and pass the Cambridge English exams without a teacher. And then later I'm going to explain why perhaps it's a good idea to have a teacher. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos on the Cambridge English exams, you'll know that two of the biggest tips I give on how to prepare for the exams are get to know the exam as well as possible. Really get to know the exam so you know every paper, every part of each paper, and even how to approach each question almost. And also to do lots of sample papers. So those two things you can really do on your own, can't you? You don't necessarily need a teacher to get to know the exam and to do sample papers, especially if you have a book with answers. You can check your results, how you're progressing on your own. So that's one reason why perhaps it's possible to prepare for and pass the Cambridge English exams without a teacher. Another reason is that there has never been a better time to prepare for the Cambridge exams than now, because of all the resources you have available to you. Of course, you have my YouTube channel, many other fantastic YouTube channels, specifically on the Cambridge English exams. You have lots of websites, even apps to help you. There are really no excuses now. You have so much material and so many resources out there to help you. So, of course, you can do a lot of it by yourself. Also, another big tip I give is to find a study buddy. Now it's quite simple. You have my free Telegram group where you can meet other students who are preparing for the exams. You can find a study buddy there, but also Facebook groups, Instagram accounts, all kinds of options. So a lot of the barriers that we had in the past don't exist now. You have a lot of options in order to do self-study. And of course you would need to get the materials, to get some books. Although there are a lot of resources on the internet, specific books are really the best way to prepare on your own. So yeah, it is possible to prepare for and pass the Cambridge English exams without a teacher. But as I said, I would highly recommend that you find a teacher to help you. And why do I say that? Well, primarily because two of the papers of the Cambridge English exams, whether it's the B2 First, C1 Advanced or C2 Proficiency, benefit a lot from feedback. And it's very difficult to get feedback from somebody who is not a professional, experienced teacher. The writing and speaking papers in particular. So you can do lots of writing tasks, lots of sample papers, but if you're not getting any feedback on your compositions, it's very difficult to know if you're doing it well or if you're going in the right way, if you're progressing as you should be. And the same with speaking. Perhaps you can find a study buddy to practice your speaking with, but if you don't get that feedback, it's not impossible, as I said. You can progress and you can pass the exam without professional feedback, but you're going to find it a lot more difficult. Now, of course, your best option is to take a preparation course, a complete preparation course, which I offer, by the way. And in those, whether they're mine or with other teachers or in other academies, you get the strategy, the tips and the approach for every part of the exam, and you should have lots of opportunities to practice your speaking and get feedback on your writing. But there are other options too, because, for example, my TTP Exam Academy, so you don't necessarily need a complete course. As I said at the beginning, it really depends on many factors, and one of those factors is your level, your starting level. If you have an advanced level, then perhaps you don't need as much help as somebody who has an intermediate or upper intermediate level who is trying to prepare for the Cambridge Advanced. And also it depends on your experience with the Cambridge English exams. If you have taken Cambridge English exams before, then you'll know the format, you'll know the structure, and you'll know how to approach many of the parts. So you have to take all of those things into consideration before you take the decision of whether you need a professional, experienced teacher or not. Okay, I hope that answers the question of whether you need a teacher to prepare for and pass the Cambridge English exam. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure a lot of you are trying to prepare for the exams only with self-study, so let me know how you're doing that. Okay, thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you soon for another video. Take care, bye.